I have a couple of questions and complaints.
Yes.
One, why didn't they just put the magnet in the phone?
I've asked that about many phones in the past. It seems like I'm just going to leave that back on the phone all the time.
That sucks because this color sucks.
Yeah.
White? This is beautiful.
It is time to talk about the budget phone company's budget sub-brand's Pro phone.
That's right.
And it's called the CMF Phone 2 Pro. Not that there is a Phone 2. This is something Nothing and CMF have a really hard time with, is naming products in a way that's understandable for everyone.
Yeah.
There's a 3A Pro, but there isn't a 3 Pro.
You know what the problem with the 3A Pro is? Okay, it's a budget brand's budget phone.
A series.
Pro budget. It's
Pro.
the budget brand's pro budget phone.
And so now there's
because
a
the
budget
A series is the budget one.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. So now there's the budget phone Nothing, which has a sub-brand called CMF, which has a phone, and this is the Phone 2, but it's the Phone 2 Pro instead of the Phone 2. So there is no Phone 2, it's the Phone 2 Pro. Sub-brand, Pro phone.
This hurts me.
Anyway, this is it. It's actually really good. And that's the crazy part about it is I'm reviewing this phone right now. It may be out by the time this pod is out, maybe not. But spoiler alert, I really like it.
It's pretty.
Now the Phone 1, the Nothing,
No,
the
CMF Phone 1.
Phone 1.
Not the Nothing Phone 1.
Right, the CMF Phone 1, when it came out, had a lot of interesting things going for it. It had this modular, fun, interesting design. Not the best specs in the world, but it was kind of cool that you could take the back off and replace it with another back. Those modules don't all still work with this phone. The lanyard still does because they use the little thumb screw design at the bottom corner, but the rest don't. But instead, what they've done here is they've changed the system to a sort of accessory back, which is this thing right here, which has two really cool things about it. One is it has a mounting point for camera lenses that will go over the top of the primary sensor.
Cool.
And two, you see this magnet right here in the shape of the MagSafe magnet?
How does it work?
It is the strongest MagSafe magnet I have ever felt. Ever. I've attached this to like random other various MagSafe accessories, wireless chargers. The phone doesn't even wireless charge, by the way. I'll just pop it on a wireless charger just to attach it, and it is so strong. Yeah. So this back is really cool. You take the screws off the back of the Phone 2 Pro, you pop the white back on, you put the screws back on, tap the thumb screw back in, and then you can pop any one of, well, there's currently two lenses that they've made. CMF made a macro lens and a fisheye lens.
Yeah.
So the concept is now here. I was looking back at the last phone. Some people made some third-party accessories for the first CMF phone.
They didn't make any new ones after they launched it.
CMF didn't.
Yeah.
There was a couple cool backs that people made. So I'm curious if that's going to happen again with this, if we might see some other phone lenses people make for it. It kind of depends on how well the phone itself does. But in general, it's a roughly $279 phone.
That's pretty good.
It's a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. It's a 3000 nit 1080p 120 hertz display. It's AMOLED. It's got 33 watt charging. It's 128 gigs of storage. It's very responsive. The software is great. It's got all the same features as a Nothing phone. It still has the essential space too with that extra button. Triple cameras is like, I think the reason they're calling it Pro.
Yeah.
But it is just a 1x, a 2x, and an ultra wide. The 2x, to be honest, I don't really find it that useful. It's a dramatically worse sensor than the primary, and it's only 2x. And the ultra wide is also a tiny sensor, and it's 8 megapixels. But if you want to shoot ultra wides, at least you have one. But yeah, it's just a really all around solid phone to use. Nice big display with very small bezels. I think in general, I find it a great value for money.
What is the point of these notches?
Those screws.
The screws here.
Those screws are simply there to hold the new back on. So they sit there all the time. Yeah, you can take those screws off.
This goes on top of the back.
Continue to use the display. But yeah, that white back goes on top of the existing back. You don't take the back off anymore.
I have a couple of questions and complaints.
Yes.
One, why didn't they just put the magnet in the phone?
I've asked that about many phones in the past. It seems like I'm just going to leave that back on the phone all the time.
That sucks because this color sucks.
Yeah.
White? This is beautiful.
Are there not other colors?
Yeah.
I assume there were other colors.
There's an orange, there is a black, and then there's this light green.
But they're all matte, right?
Yes. The orange is kind of like this half tone.
Okay.
Half matte, half glossy.
Could maybe be interested in that. But I feel it's very pretty, and it's kind of sad that you're just covering it up all the time. Like,
yeah.
I don't really see the point in having these mount screws because it's like it already looks very nice, and then you have to just destroy the colorway, you know?
Maybe people will make other better looking backs since it's just like a modular system.
That's true.
Maybe CMF.
But then if you did that, you wouldn't have the magnets.
Yeah, really, those magnets are good.
Yeah.
They hold up in the car dash super well, very strong.
It'd work well in the Slate Auto truck.
For sure. Yeah.
So tell me about the accessories that they made for this phone.
So there's a couple. There's one, the lanyard is basically the same as the last one. So if you want to have your phone on a lanyard, which I learned from the comments of the last CMF review that apparently in Japan, very common. There's also a wallet. Now this was my beef with the Apple wallet. You know, the MagSafe wallet on the back of the iPhone. I said in the video when I first reviewed it, like, this is way too weak. I do not trust this. I put it in my pocket. It pops right off the back of the phone.
Yeah.
And I got heat for that. Bro, I still stand by that. It's too weak to be a wallet that I trust. Yeah. This one, they also did a wallet for it, and it is rock solid, and I actually would trust it. It holds like 2 or 3 cards, and then it also has a folding kickstand mechanism. So it's a wallet / kickstand that magnetizes to the back. That's pretty cool. I think that there's one more. I don't even remember what it is, but that's kind of it. It's just the lenses they've made for the cameras, the other accessories.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of sad that most of the other accessories from the phone, the CMF Phone 1, do not work on this.
Yeah.
That sort of highlights the pain points of modularity and like modular systems. This always happens. Companies come out and they're like, look at this. We're going to have this awesome ecosystem. It's going to be so cool. What has it been, like 8 to 10 months since the CMF Phone 1 came out, and it's already replaced, and you can't do anything with the accessories? Like, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks. I was kind of thinking they were going to make that the screw in the bottom like the main point that everything would attach to, so that it could truly be like go across generations.
Yeah.
But now they're not doing that. So
yeah, I think it looks pretty solid.
Interesting.
So
I think it looks great.
The price is very good.
Oh
yeah,
for what you're getting.
So the last CMF phone was like $200 roughly. It was great. It was plastic. Oh, there's a couple things that they improved though from that CMF phone that I think they heard from people that like kind of make it worth upgrading. Like the first CMF phone had no NFC. This one, the first thing I noticed is it asked me if I wanted to add my card for payment. And I was like, oh, they added NFC to this phone. So you can do mobile payments and all the things that come with like mass transit mobile stuff.
They added that?
It's NFC in this phone,
amazing.
Which is great.
Yeah.
They still don't have wireless charging, but I'm just happy it has an ultra wide at all. So that's awesome. It's only the bottom camera.
Oh.
So the primary camera, if you add one of these add-on lenses, it only goes over the primary camera. And it just pops right in. Doesn't even have a thread, just like push in to add the camera.
Okay, got it.
And then,
I think that's potentially a not
I
quite.
don't know. It doesn't feel...
I know you can use the outside parts of it, but I feel like pushing in means you're probably smudging the lens every time, which you can wipe it off quick, but I feel like a thread would be nice.
How much does these lenses cost?
I don't know. One thing that annoyed me about three things that annoyed me about the lenses. One, I don't know how much they cost. 2, they do smudge very easily and are not easy to clean.
Ooh, yeah.
And 3,
Fingerprints on it already.
They don't come with a case of any kind, so they're kind of just loose in your pocket or something. Like you have to figure out a way to carry them with you.
Yeah,
because you're not going to just leave it on the phone all the time.
That's awkward. Yeah, because this would not slide into your pocket very easily.
It wouldn't. And you also don't want to take all your pictures in fisheye.
Yeah.
So,
You don't?
it is hard to carry.
This isn't Thrasher magazine.
No, I don't know what that is.
It's an old skateboarding. Skateboarding and fisheyes go together like
it does.
Spaghetti and meatball.
Lamb
and tuna fish.
It kind of feels like they could have allowed you to do all of these things without the cover. Like if they had put the magnet inside of it, if they had just added I don't know, they could have made the lens a little bit thicker or something. I'm very curious about the person who is actually interested in buying the fisheye and or macro, because people famously do not care about macro lenses at all.
Yeah.
That's the cheap part that companies throw in the phones when they want to add a third camera. They're always like, and a 2-megapixel macro lens.
For sure. The first thing I pictured was the person who buys a moment lens for their iPhone.
Yeah.
And obviously that's a much higher end system. Like an iPhone camera plus a moment lens is going to be different from the CMF, macro and whatever's going on here.
Yeah.
Which is actually a line in my video, which is, I don't know if it's right to ponder a high-end version of this, because maybe we've already seen it. You remember the Moto Z and the Hasselblad mod on the back of that thing? It's like, we've tried this before and it doesn't really sell.
Yeah.
But it is still cool that it's a thing you could do. And if you ever want to spend the however cheap it is and have some fun with a macro or a fisheye, you could do it.
What about the Xiaomi phone with the telephoto adapter thing on it? Yeah,
that was
the
also
actual, or the Vivo. Was it Vivo that had the glass?
Vivo.
Yeah, the glass thing we could attach to it.
Yeah, you know, there's higher end phones that have a fisheye and a macro built into the phone.
Yeah,
and they have the magnets, not necessarily in the phone, but that's something we would like to see more of them do. So. Yes, I agree. It would be nice if it was in the phone.
I have some prices that I found on a Nothing forum post.
Okay.
All right, universal cover, €25.
Which is this?
Yep.
Yes.
$25 for this?
Euros, but yes.
Similar.
Wow. It's
interchangeable lenses. So I'm confused. It says interchangeable lenses, fisheye, and macro. So
you get both.
I think this is both.
Yeah.
$40? 40 euros?
Oh, are you looking at my screen?
No,
okay,
no. 100?
No, 35. Very good guess.
Okay.
Wallet stands. Do you want to guess or do you want me to just?
I think they might upcharge
25.
a little more and go. I think they might go 40 just for that.
35.
Okay.
So there's a bundle. There's two bundles. One is the cover and the wallet or lenses. Are you still guessing or you just want me to
55
€50.
45.
45.
And then there's a bundle two, which is the cover, wallet, and lenses.
Everything.
60.
55.
65.
Dang it. Okay.
Those are like, I feel like a bundle of a cover, wallet, and all that, like basically everything. €65 doesn't sound that bad, but just the cover at 25 feels.
Yeah, you're not going to just get the
expensive.
cover. I mean, you could just get the cover just to stick it on magnets.
Or if you want the different colors of the cover.
True.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's an interesting strategy to be like, we're making a quote unquote modular phone, but we're charging a ton of money.
It's the Slate truck. It's the Slate truck.
Charging a ton of money for all the components.
That's funny. So this is another Slate
I don't know.
truck.
It seems like a pretty good phone on its own. I'm really glad that they brought NFC to it.
No, it really is. So I mean, I've used this phone for a couple of days now. It is all the same stuff as a Nothing phone, and it's 120 hertz and it's responsive, and the display gets plenty bright, and it's 1080p. And I feel like when I use this phone, it's very easy to think it's a $450 phone.
Yeah,
and it's not. So that's the good thing about it.
Okay.
So yeah, shout out to the CMF Phone 2 Pro.
Speaking of companies that used to be OnePlus.
Nice.
I used to. I still am, but I used to too.
I used to as well.
Hey,
OnePlus,
good reference.
Well, OnePlus has announced the OnePlus 13S,
Yeah.
which is supposed to be their slim phone.
Is it slim or is it small?
That's a good question.
Because I see the headline is powered up, sized down. And so to me, S means small. Introducing the OnePlus 13S, a powerful blend of performance and proportion, our first ever compact flagship.
But does that mean slim or does that mean small?
I think it means small.
The picture is the perfect way to create this debate because it's two phones at a 45-degree angle with everything
slim.
from the bottom cut down.
Yeah.
I'd argue that those buttons look like there's the same amount of buffer as a usual side rail, which makes me think it's approximately the same size.
Yeah. So yeah, a big phone these days is like 6.6 to 6.9.
It says it's compact. And also this photo makes it seem way smaller than I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, it's small. They're trying to make it look small.
Yeah, 6.32 does not seem that small. How big is
it's
the,
not small at
How big
all.
is the iPhone Pro?
6.2. Oh, the Pro? Oh, yeah, 6.2, right? iPhone 16 Pro screen size 6.3.
So it's the same.
Yeah, because they shrunk the bezel 6.27.
So it's got to be slim then.
And they're calling
It's the
this
same
compact.
picture.
Maybe it's not slim. Okay, because I had a whole rant ready for this if it was slim.
Let's hear it anyway.
What would it? Can
Wait,
you
I
rant
kinda-
anyway?
Why don't we rant the two possibilities?
Yeah, do the rant anyway. I want to hear it.
Okay, I'm going to do a rant for two possibilities.
All
Okay.
right. This is world number one where 13S means slim.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Okay. All these companies, Samsung, OnePlus, allegedly,
Apple.
potentially, well, no, are trying to release the slim phone because they know that Apple is making the slim phone.
Right.
But nobody actually knows if the slim phone is the thing that people want or that if it'll be a hit from Apple. Like, remember when the iPhone 13 came out and they made it thicker? And everyone, or was it 11? It was either the 11 or the 13. I think it was the 11. When the iPhone 11 came out, they made it thicker with a bigger battery, and everyone was like, oh my God, incredible, amazing. Thank goodness. Bigger battery. I'm glad it's thicker. Is anyone actually asking for a slimmer phone?
No. Counterpoint.
I'm ready.
With silicon carbide batteries, Apple is going to be able to make a really big deal about this razor-thin phone that still has great battery life.
Yeah.
And I think they're forecasting Apple making a big deal out of it and are trying to get ahead of that so they can say they did the thing first.
I agree with that. It's ironic that both Samsung and OnePlus just say coming soon, and none of them have release dates for any of these things.
S25 Edge is just in limbo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody knows when that's coming.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like it probably will sell, like the iPhone 17 Slim. I think it will sell well just because it's a different looking thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out.
But
I think it's just it's another product in the Air category.
If they call it Air.
If they call it Air, it just fits really
They
well.
should
But
call it
I
Air.
agree. I don't know if it serves much more of a purpose.
And also, we've said this forever, but can we stop like making things smaller but keeping the same battery life when we come up with battery improvements?
Yeah.
Can we just have
make
really
the same size.
awesome
Can't do
battery
that.
life?
Please. Maybe that's what the Pro will be this year.
Yeah.
I would love that.
That would be amazing. I don't I kind of doubt they're going to use the silicon carbide batteries with the Pros. I think they're only going to use it in the Slim, and then maybe next year they put it in the Pros. But I bet you it's a much more expensive technology to use. So
Yeah. I mean, I've seen it in a good amount of phones already
Right.
this year, which is why I'm
phones.
hopeful. Obviously, Samsung skipped it with the S25 Ultra, but a whole bunch of, I mean, I guess this is what we've seen before, like Oppo phones, Vivo phones, silicon carbon, 6,000 milliamp hours, 6,200 milliamp hours in regular size phones. Even we just had the Oppo Find X8 Ultra. So I want to say it's available. Maybe not at Apple scale, but it's out there.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. It is. Oh, right. It's silicon carbon, not silicon carbide, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I was getting grilled
somebody
for that.
yelled at us for that.
Silicon carbon. Yeah.
Silicon carbon. Yeah, so they just have a notify me button where they just don't say when it's going to come out or what the specs are besides the size. So that's interesting. I kind of wonder if I don't think it's going to be a tariffs thing because I don't think this is being sold in the US. I think it's mostly for India, I believe.
Okay.
So
What's the size of the OnePlus 13? Screen size.
That was bigger.
Is 6.82 inches. Okay, so I guess 6.4 you said?
6.2.
2, 3. That is smaller than this, but to call it compact feels...
Feels like a stretch.
David, do you have a rant for if it's a small phone?
Okay, if it's a small phone, nobody will buy it. And end of my rant.
Which we already knew, but we still are cool with them making it.
And it probably is a small phone.
We'll enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah, the Zen phone was a true small phone, 5.9. RIP to the
Never
OG.
getting that back.
But we're not getting that back.
Yeah,
So I guess 6.1 is like the compact now.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching that clip. Let's imagine YouTube like the Slate EV, where right now we have the base model of just watching this video. But if I wanted to have an add-on where then I could watch every time this channel uploads another video,
You'd add a bell.
I would pay for a little button.
Like a
with
bell icon.
Yeah, a bell icon. I think that'd be a good idea. I would click it. For
Module.
Sure.
Gotta call it a module.
Module.
Very important.
How much is that going to be? Is it going to be free?
I'm not going to tell you yet, but you can add it onto your reservation.
It's in the customizer.
I already reserved my subscribe button, so
That's a good one. I think that's important.
I'm gonna add like a little rating system under the video so you can like it or dislike it. But we won't tell you if the dislike actually mattered. Just the like. Yeah.
Smart.
We'll count those. Yeah.
but I paid for the dislike button
Yeah, but this
and
is
I
a
don't
different
get to know
module.
anything about it.
It's a different module. This is my customized rating system.
What if I sell you a like and a dislike button and then later I decide I'm just going to take your dislike button away that you paid for?
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm sure no one will have a problem with that.